y'all, it's Michelle from the Scattered Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 17 of Scrap-O-Ween. It is Halloween Throwback Thursday, and it is also day 17 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today's sketch was created by Kirsten Hughes. Again, it's a double page because all of the sketches for this month are double page spreads. And I am actually going to do another double page spread today. And I have all of these pictures from way back in like 2008 or 9. Now I can't remember. But it is pictures of our very first Halloween party in our current home. And I've got my papers picked out and some ideas for some embellishments. So let's get started. For my background, I have picked out some white cardstock, and I'm going to be matting it with the black cardstock. And I also have some papers picked out that I got out of my scraps to use for the big blocks that are in the sketch. So first I am going to trim the white cardstock down just a little bit. I think I just trim about 1/4 of an inch on two sides. And I find as I build my pages that the papers are not 12 by 12. Of course, we all know that one company's 12 by 12 is not the same as other companies' 12 by 12s. The struggle. So here I am focusing on the left side of the sketch. I'm going to go ahead and kind of try and center my white cardstock on this black cardstock and get that down. And then I'm going to be using the spider web side of this paper to do the band across the center. And I'm kind of lining up to see, lining my paper up on my grid mat here to see where the middle of this paper is. And then I am trying to get it to be straight across. So I have my T-ruler out, which I don't think I use my T-ruler very well. Especially when it's kind of down at the bottom, because it tends to want to lean, I guess, since it's not butted up, the whole length of that T part isn't butted up against the paper, so it kind of leans. But anyways, so in the sketch, that middle band has another bit of paper peeking out from behind it, so I just went ahead and used the plaid paper there where I had cut 2 small strips to put behind that main strip in the middle. And now I am working on the right hand side, and I'm using this stripe paper here. It's not really rainbow, but you kind of get that feel of rainbow paper. And I just love that plaid. It's so pretty. But anyhow, I'm going to use the left side to kind of line up the right side here in the center. So I get it pretty much centered, but it's not straight up and down. I still don't think it's straight up and down. Oh, but we all know I'm very challenged in that regard. So So back to the left side, I have these 2 pictures here, and we had a little costume contest. So all the little kids are lined up there in their costumes, and I mean, how do you pick? How do you pick the best costume? Because they are all absolutely adorable, and I'm glad I was not one of the people judging. And actually, I don't even remember. I don't remember who won. I remember who won the grown-ups, but I don't remember who won the little kids. We may not have had we may not have had like an actual winner for the little kids. I think I'm trying to remember. It's been a minute. So I think what it was is that we all like would applaud. And so all the little kids got applauded and then they all got little treat bags or something. I think that was the way it went. I can't remember now, but oh well. I have some very cute pictures of the little kids all dressed up, and that's what really matters. And so I went ahead and matted these as one big picture, and then I'm going to cut a mat out of this gray paper with the little bitty flowers on it. And because I am so bad at having measurements in my head and making sure that I've added things correctly, I go ahead and put the pictures on top so that I can kind of line it up instead of relying on my number sense. I did do the same thing here. I was thinking, oh, both of these pictures are 4 inches tall, so that's going to be 8 inches, and then I have this little bitty sliver of a black mat, and that's going to add to, oh, just put it on there and measure it that way. Don't try to add it in your head, because I am so bad at that. And I wanted to have a little bit bigger mat because I wanted the flowers to show. So I went ahead and just put it on the top so that I could measure it with the actual pictures and the black mat and not try and do it in my head. And then I used that T ruler there more to get it centered on the page and not really to be straight up and down. And then here, because that black border was sticking out, but beyond the strip of paper, the band in the middle, I decided to trim that down. And now looking at it, I wished I hadn't have done that, because the black border around the white cardstock just on that one side is really small. And now it doesn't look right. But, it is what it is, so we're just going to live with it. Once it's in the album, I mean, who's going to care anyway? If somebody's looking at that going, oh my, that is way too small on that one side, why are they looking at your album anyway? They need to be looking at the pictures. So here on the right-hand side, I have done kind of the same thing. I've got 4 3x4 landscape pictures that I, put together, and I've made one big kind of photo block here, basically following the sketch. Although in her sketch she says that they're 4x4s, but I'm doing 3x4s. And I have matted them on some black cardstock, and now I'm matting them on this orange paper with the black sketchy stars. I'm going to get that down. And I'm going to want to try and center this on my paper here. And the horizontal band on the left and the vertical band on the right, it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. I really feel like I'm just making 2 completely different layouts at the same time. It's different. It's not bad, it's just different. And I kind of like it because it's stretching my creativity here. But it is a little bit, again, 2-page spreads are a little bit out of my comfort zone, so I'm really enjoying the challenge of these this month. But here I have got 2 embellishments that I have fussy cut. when I was first trying to get this collection, I was kind of late to the game. So I bought the digital embellishments for it. And when I went to print them out, I realized, you just put them on like a Word document, and you can make them as big or as small as you want to. So when I was playing around with printing out embellishments, I had made these florals really, really big. And I wasn't sure that I would ever be able to use them because they were so big, or they are so big. But I have found a use for them here in this layout, and I'm so excited to get them used. But yeah, I just fussy cut them out, and they work perfectly for the two clusters on either side of this sketch, and I love it. I love how it turned out. And so now I'm just kind of going through and looking for different scraps, different different what am I looking for? Different prints, different I don't want these to all be the same, and I want to be able to kind of evenly distribute the colors and just make sure that things are kind of balanced out. And I really wanted to use this floral paper here, and I didn't want to have it up there at the top in such a small amount. So that's why I looked for something different, a different print to use. And so I found the multicolored star on the black background to put up there. And then in the sketch, there is a little block up here. And so I thought about using another scrap piece of paper, but I find this die cut that I can kind of tuck in behind there instead. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And I like how it's got that little, it's not really a ripped edge, it's a little, well, like a ticket. But it's not ripped, it's kind of like humps. All I can think of is Sandy from State Goddess here on YouTube calling it a humper border. And I can't get that out of my head. So to kind of match on the right side, that floral paper, I've got the multicolor star on the bottom. And then I'm gonna to bring that orangey pinky paper with the florals on it over to the left hand side. I'm putting it up here with that little ticket type die cut, and I'm still thinking about if I want to use that little garland looking thing that is a chipboard up there in the left hand corner. There is a large cluster on the sketch there, but I end up not doing a very, a large cluster. I focus mainly on these two on the bottom and then the title, and I end up having a little bit more in that upper right hand corner of the left hand side. Ends up being more of where my cluster ends up. And I did not have any thickers to make my title with. I had several different black thickers that I could have used, but none of them were the right size that I wanted. So I pulled out some of my Sizzix Alpha dies and decided to use this set here. And I'm really starting to think that I want to invest in some alpha dies and maybe even cut files, and instead of buying like thickers and alpha stickers and stuff like that, and just kind of have some of my own, mainly because there's so many letters that I either never use or I don't have enough of the vowels, and it's really hard to make words without vowels. You kind of need them. and I don't know. I think being able to cut out my own, it would work better. So I'm still thinking on that, because I do like having my alphabet stickers, but I don't know. So here I am looking through to see if there's any other things that I want to use to kind of build up my clusters. And I kind of thought a second about using that Happy Halloween, but I reject that idea because it's really big and I don't want it competing with my title, which is Costume Shenanigans. But I'm just going through my die cuts that I have here and some a few of those chipboards. So I've got the eek down on the right hand side, and then I have the little pumpkin on the left hand side. And I have a little, they're not little word stickers, but the little die cuts that have words on it. And so of course for the little kids I had to put that one that says "Too cute to spook." And then on the right hand side, in the center of those 4 pictures, I have put one that says "All treats, no tricks." And I did put that eek down there especially because of my brother in his costume. And he ended up being the winner of the Halloween costume contest, because he really was all decked out, and it was quite spooky there. But I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing down everything because I'm happy with their placement. And I go ahead and put this floral chipboard up there, and that's why I was saying that cluster ended up moving from the top right to the top left, on the left hand side. And I've got the florals there next to my title. I'm going to go ahead and get this little jack-o'-lantern down. And I really thought about some more things to put on here. I kind of thought about the stickers, and then the stickers that I use that's in my Halloween rolly cart. But I end up just kind of liking it like it is. It's not overly, I don't think it's overly embellished. I do end up putting this chipboard little banner thing up there. Make sure I got everything glued down. And then the last thing that I do, or next to the last thing, is I'm using all of these little periods. They're just the periods from that particular alphabet sheet. I'm not sure if those are stickers or not, but I'm like, that it has a lot of periods on it, so I'm like, I can use those like enamel dots. And they're going to bring some more of that glitter around. And I did pick that particular set because the glitter is kind of a grayish silver, and I think it goes well with the gray of this collection. And then I'm just going to finish off with some of my distressed mica stains, and I used 2. I think I used Iron Gate and Flickering Candle. No, that might not be Flickering Candle. No, I think it's jack-o'-lantern. I think that one is jack-o'-lantern. It's more of an orange. So I'm just going to get that all splattered around, and I made sure to put some up here in the upper right corner of this side to make sure that it matches up with all the splatters that I put in the, oh wait, I said upper right, in the upper left corner of this one to match the splatters in the upper right corner of this one. There. And there we have it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope that it inspires you to get some of your memories scrapped for October, and also make sure you check out the links below to the playlist of everyone that is playing along with 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life this go round. And also a link to her Facebook group where you can see even more people who post in the albums there. And I think that is going to do it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.